Hey guys, welcome to the next video. In this video we're going to talk about some more advanced braking. So we're going to look at braking on steep terrain, but first we'll start off with some basics just to develop the skills a little bit further and make sure you're safe and ready to be able to start using your brakes on steeper terrain. We'll look at some different options there a bit later in the video. So to start off with, we did some braking earlier in the piece with one of our earlier videos, and what we talked about was modulation of the brakes. And we got to the stage where we're using both front and rear brakes. Now, a lot of you will probably start to find that when you're stopping quickly, you're skidding the back wheel. And what that's caused by is people will start to learn how to modulate their brakes, but they'll tend to use both sides fairly evenly. And it's actually quite difficult to individually modulate the brakes. And that's the next stage of development with your riding. If you really want good brake control, it's great to be able to practice so that you can individually modulate both brakes. Now what's going to happen if you're stopping more quickly or on a steep descent, then you're loading up more and more onto the front wheel. So the quicker you want to stop, the more front brake you're going to be using. And what that means is if you can't modulate the back brake really well, you're going to start skidding the back wheel around, and it's really not going to work for you very well. And you're actually losing that bit of efficiency on the back wheel. So what we're going to do is just start using more front brake and a little bit more modulation separately between the two brakes. So a bit of a demo here. The way to do this, once again, we're setting up on a nice flat area, so you want to do this somewhere safe. And you want to do it somewhere with some rollout so that if you don't manage to stop in time, you can always just let go of the brakes and you're not going to go over the handlebars. What we're going to do is we're going to roll in and stop at a line, but we're going to gradually try and stop more quickly. So there's going to be more and more front brake applied as we go, and then that means you're going to have to modulate the back brake a little bit more carefully so that you're not skidding the back wheel. Body position wise, we're going to stay in our ready position. Old school people used to teach moving back so that you would gain more traction on the back wheel. The reality is you're welcome to try it, but what you'll find is that the amount of traction you lose on the front is more than what you gain on the back. So you're actually not going to be able to stop as quickly. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to roll in, we're going to maintain our forward position. All you're going to do, move back slightly and brace so that you're not getting pitched forward. You can drop your heels a little bit if you want to as well, just to sink a bit lower into the bike. So rather than moving back, you're more just sinking a bit lower so that you don't go over the handlebars. So we'll give you a bit of a demo, and I'm going to have a few goes riding down this bit of trail and stopping at the line, and I'll gradually go a bit faster each time. And what you'll see is that we're starting to get more and more front brake usage, and hopefully I can do it without skidding the back wheel. So let's see how we go. Okay, so we're going to come in a little bit quicker and see how I go at managing to stop without skidding the back wheel. Coming in. Back wheel was starting to skid just a little bit, and I could actually feel the need to back off on the back brake more than I was on the front. Okay, a couple more goes, a little bit quicker. So you can see from that one, we can actually apply enough front brake to get the back off the ground. And if you want to try and ride on some really steep terrain, it's a good idea to just start to extend your braking and get to the stage where you've got that level of control so that you can let it stand up a little bit, you can put it down. And give it some time, make sure you're really comfortable with it before you try it onto steep terrain.